life of a child, Tom has done the complete opposite in Defy the Odds. He would teach himself how to ride his bike again, and later in life, he would bungee jump in New Zealand, he would race sailing yachts off the coast of Nantucket, and he would even ski again. So, without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Tom.
Wow!
Why don't you just say, limp this way? Am I hot? Let me see if I'm hot. We gotta put this on. One more time for Alan. That was should know how to do this test. How am I doing? Better. Better? All right, great. How's everybody? Me too. This is great. Like, do you get out of work, or is this just for your own time? I want to make it worth your while. If it's out of work, I don't have to be so good. Okay. Really? Is this your own? Did you volunteer? Like, are you giving up lunch or something? Yes. Okay, yeah. The heat's on. That'll be good. Okay, let's start this off right. So, full disclosure. Well, first of all, I've been, I gotta get away with it. I can't mention, because this is taped, I can't mention who I'm with today, but I shop at all your stores. The one that begins with an M, these came from. Okay. The one with the T, this came from. And, no, I bought this at Ralph Lauren, I'm sorry. But okay, so one of the first things is, well, here, so I can say, I think we can do this today. Just everybody give me a little, yeah, come on. There you go. No, I want you to do the same thing. Let's see how many people are taking yoga. Right? Pretty good, huh? Yeah, I have to explain, it's an artificial leg and not let your imaginations think it's anything else. But that joke just went. Usually I play nightclubs at that time. So if you're in a nightclub, you'd get that. But it's a joy to be here, really. And exactly, my life actually began at the, well, first, you know, when I'm in a nightclub, I usually ask this. So many people look at me right now thinking, so what's this guy really going to do about taxes? Do I got to look? Well, I'm not happy with it, but I got it anyway. Look at the lady laughing. It's not that funny, man. Okay. But I have to look. Some guys are lucky. We had Schwarzenegger looking over here, like Stallone, and I ended up with the H&R Block thing. So it's a disability, but I'll get over it. But my life began, actually, at the age of 13, as Alan was saying, when I had a rare form of cancer, osteosarcoma, and in those days, only 5% survived. And there was no chemo, blah, 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 blah. And so, and they never told me it was cancer. They told me it was a tumor. So when I finally found out it was cancer. But that day, I'll never forget it, the doctor walks in, and he's got about 8 or 9 nurses with him. He's got a bunch of residents, interns, and my parents. And I'm like, this is a Saturday morning in May, beautiful outside, and I'm thinking, I don't think they're coming to talk about the Red Sox. You know, something's up. And I'd never seen that many white coats with my parents. And so the doctor announces in order to save my life, he has to amputate my leg. And I think it's like one of those movies, you know, where the World War II vet gets shot down, and I'm like, where's the joke? And I look, and my parents aren't laughing, so I figure he's right. So after the initial shock, I started bargaining. And I say to him, now this is interesting from the perspective of a 13-year-old kid. Boy, if I ever made the deal that I wanted to make, I'd really be mad at myself now. The 13-year-old kid says to the doctor, what if you don't? How many years do I have left? And he says, I said, oh, I put it at 30. I started laying out numbers. 30? Because, you know, at 13, who the hell wants to be 43? I mean, some of the people here are 43. And you're here, and I'm a young kid. I don't want to be here like that. Because what comes with 43 to a 13-year-old kid? Bills. You're coming home to the same place every day. You got kids who are a pain in the neck. I know, I was one. So it didn't look like everybody at 43 was having a lot of fun. So I'm like, hey, I'll check out at 43. You know, can you get me that far? And he says no. So now I shoot for 30. Now I'm starting, because the 30-year-olds still look like they're having a pretty good time. I mean, right? They still got the juice. They're out there partying. You know, this guy's laughing, wishing he was back in his 30s. And so I said, 20? And he says, no, not 20. So now, what the heck, I'll go for 10. So I get him down to 10. No. 2? He says, I can't even guarantee you 2. So it was interesting because later on in life I had to coach somebody who, poor gal, was a brilliant student at University of Massachusetts. On a spring day, got cut down on a motorcycle with a boyfriend. He died and she got cut in half, literally. And so I was trying to explain to her, you know, there's life after this. In fact, there's a fantastic life after this. If once you get through it, and she said to me, who the hell are you to talk? Very blunt. She says, you had a choice, which I did. I didn't, but they made me think I did. And she says, I just woke up like this. And so I really value that I had those moments to negotiate and to kind of sort things out. So once we got it down that, okay, again, okay, and I said to him, well, now, will I be able to run? I was extremely fast as a kid. And he said, no. All right, walk? Yeah, we'll put you with an artificial leg, you'll be able to walk. I said, no, the next most important thing, I was living in the inner city, living in Roxbury, and very few kids got new bicycles. We always had bikes, and they didn't last long because they always got stolen. So I got a brand new bicycle from my brother. I don't know if that was a mean trick on my parents' part. They knew what was going to happen. You know, so let's give them a new bike, and then we won't be able to use it. So my brother's going, yay! So I said to her, I get the bike, gonna ride the bike. He said, first time I heard this. In fact, now we're talking a Mass General, Harvard-educated, Mass General, world-renowned surgeon. This guy was a top of the line. I thank God that I had him. And he said to me, impossible. Imagine that to like it's like, boom. He said, don't even try it, you'll kill yourself. Because I lost my leg at the hip, and if I had fallen this way, I would have cracked my skull or something. So he was the one doing the right thing. So this interesting game, all of a sudden there was a seed planted. I'm going to show this guy I can do this. I'm going to show the world that I can do this. Now, it's amazing to have lived this long and seen the changes. You know, if anybody in their 60s? Yeah, I mean, they're all gone. We're in our 60s. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Hopkinton, Mass.
Okay, so it's, and when we were kids, at the age of 12, after 12, nobody rode a bicycle, right? You put them away because it was silly. You looked like a goof. You know, we had cars. It was the 50s, you wanted to be in a car. Nobody rode a bicycle after the age of 12. So here I was, like psyched about getting back on this bicycle. And so what would happen, this great drama happened. Now this is, what's so important about this story is that I connected with something, and I get nervous when I talk about this because people think, ooh, you know, he's talking about weird, goofy stuff. But it truly happened, and it's been the guidance of my life, my whole life. I would get on the bicycle, my brother would be riding my bike, and I'd be like, he's riding my bike. And he'd put it down, and I'd run over, and I'd jump on the bike. And those days, kids played on the streets by themselves. You didn't have a play date. You could go out, and they let you go. And most of the time, we came back. And nobody was afraid, and the mothers were home. Sorry. So I would get on the bicycle, and then this great drama unfolded. All the kids would run to the, Ma! My brother especially, the street went empty for like seconds, because each kid made a beeline for their mother. And all these mothers come running out in their house coats, you know, that's in their bathrobes or whatever. And they would, I'd have a sense of the dramatic early. I would hold on to this big thing, like, and the whole time I'm thinking, thank God you showed up. Because I really don't want to try this. This is scary. Maybe the doc's right. Maybe I'm going to fall. I had no clue what would happen. And so they would grab my hands and they would pull, and I'd play it out. Oh, it was beautiful. I said, I was born to be here on stage. I want to ride the bicycle. And then you pull it like, everybody would sit and they'd walk away and they'd be like, oh my God, this kid's crazy, you know. And I'd let it go another couple of days and I'd pull the same stunt and all this drama, they'd come running, and I loved it. I mean, you're a kid, right? You love the attention. So I got all these people reacting to my wanting to get on the bike. Well, I'll never forget it. You know how August turns weird, gets quiet? I don't know what it is about the air. Everyone's going back to school, thinking about back to work, the holidays. Well, one August day, I'll never forget, it was kind of cloudy, and everybody takes off. And I got on the bike, and they took off. But nobody came. And I'm like, this is no fun. There's no drama. I can't play the game. I can't play I want to ride the bike. Now, guess what? Where's the decision? Here. I got to do it here. It's up to me. And I just went, hold on, what do I do now? You know? And then the voice came. And when I talk to, it doesn't matter what, but nobody wants to admit it, but we all hear little voices from time to time. And it's not a voice, but it's a feeling, it's a gut feeling, it's something that something talks to us bigger than what our normal way of thinking does. And this little voice says, ride the bike. And I'm like, hello? Ride the bike. And I'm like, it's so commanding. It's just like, go ahead, ride the bike. Push off. And I'm like, what's going to happen? So, boom, I push off. Now I'm afraid I'm going this way, but I don't. Instead, I get my balance in. And thank God it was a Raleigh. And those, remember the 3 speeds? Unlike the American bikes. So in Raleigh, you could reverse the, not all bikes were like that. Usually the American bikes are brake. So I reversed it, boom, I pushed up, I'm off. Now it's like Forrest Gump. All the mothers are coming on. And they're starting on the street after me. And I've got this big smile on my face, and I'm pushing and pushing. And they can't even catch me. And I remember looking back and seeing them draw. They made a great effort. It was like they run the 5K. They're running and running to get me off the bike. And they realized, everybody realized, including myself, oh my God, a miracle just happened. And it was so revolutionary for the time that my physiatrist, the surgeon wasn't happy with me. I drove the bike into his office like 3 days later. And he wasn't happy. He says, you know, because this is a 13-year-old kid being a smart aleck and saying, hey, here's your impossible. And, but the physiatrists, they freaked out. They started taking Super 8 movies of me and putting them all over the country because nobody, first of all, there weren't a lot of people doing this, and second of all, it was supposed to be impossible. So at the age of 13, if I can leave you with anything today, because you hear it all your life, you can't do that, that's impossible. And I found that I was blessed at the age of 13. That's not true. It's just not true. It's a word. Because nobody knows what you yourself are capable of. Right, Alan? Right? It's right there. You know? It's like, it's not here. It's not here. It's here. It's all about attitude. So, now the other thing, and I think this is really important, because of what I had, I ended up in the medical field. And every day, I would sold radiology film for years, and every day I would hear somebody say, for years, a doctor or a nurse or whatever, why are you limping? I explained, I lost my leg, osteosarcoma. No, you didn't. What do you mean? No, if you had osteosarcoma, you'd be gone. Only 5% survived. And that's, think of the odds. If you're playing the lottery, it's not good odds. Especially when you're even 50-50, you flip a coin over your life, right? So every day I was reminded, you shouldn't be here. And if you really think about it, because that's the way my mind works, all of us are lucky every single day that we got to take this ride. And what separated me from everybody else my entire life was like, why are you all so serious? It could have been over for me at the age of 13, and you guys are acting like, and sooner or later, it's over anyway. So I had this crazy, I used to have people say to me, I ended up working on the line at Polaroid for summer jobs, and everybody would be complaining all day long. And I remember one woman saying, oh, my life is so bad, I feel like killing myself. And here this fresh little kid says, why don't you? She says, excuse me? I said, why don't you? Why don't you do it? If it's that bad, get it over with. I said, but before you do, why don't you try this? I said, get whatever equity you got in the house, whatever you're saving it is, cash it all in, jump on a jet, go to Tahiti, and hang out on the beach and party and, mind out for whatever you got money left. I said, so go out with a good time. And they were looking at me, I said, but I'll guarantee you this, once you start having fun, once you start enjoying your life, once you start to let go, you're not going to want to check out because this is a big ride. So I had that perspective. And so again, I want to leave you with that. This is just a big, crazy, wild ride. And it's all about how you look at it. And if you start getting bogged down in all the gravity, so being disabled, and I heard a great expression the other day, it's not disabled.